So what Blue Marble Science is doing is he puts sandbags where he usually puts swings the lead balls in to try and prove that it's nothing conductive, nothing. It's just mass attracting mass. He's just showing he can do it. Excuse me, with sand. Okay, so he puts sandbags there, and listen.
That's just me. That's just probably when I shoved them on that table. Bear in mind that laser is only maybe 8 inches away from the mirror, so you're seeing a vertical movement there of, I'm gonna guess maybe 3 or 4 millimeters. But that's multiplied by, so divide that by about 20. So the actual beam, as you can see it too, you can actually see it rocking back and forth on the beam position indicator. And it's maybe 3/10 of a division, which is something like 15 thousandths of an inch. That's about all it's moving. Now the red dot, which should be moving upscale right now, actually is moving downscale.
So mass should be attracting mass, but instead it's not. And listen to what they propose to do to get it right. I mean, this thing is just all over the place. It doesn't always repel. Then it goes way too far. So he puts the lead behind the he puts the lead balls behind the sandbags to try and get it more in his scale, and then he takes a rod to try and ground out the sand to the lead ball, trying just trying anything. But listen to their solution here. So he got the thing to okay, it went all the way over there. It's still really going, or I guess it stopped. So he puts the bags on the opposite side to switch it to get it going back toward the other circles. But watch what.
Oh yeah, now we're getting bouncing down really good.
It just sits there. I'm playing 2 times speed too, and it just doesn't want to go nowhere.
That's a strange reaction.
It's the mass attracting mass, man.
That's much more deflection than I would have thought. I'm wondering if these plastic bags, I wonder if not having a way to ground those things, if we can do some electrostatics back into this again. It's possible.
So to get it moving, you wanna, oh brother. Oh good God. So there's the mass repelling mass again.
Well, that's just more deflection than we should be seeing.
He's got the mass repelling mass again, which before, remember, he said at one point he could absolutely prove that mass repels mass. Folks, all this is varying electrostatics, electromagnetism, whatever you want to call it. Okay? They don't know everything about that. Obviously, it should be making it crystal clear. What Cavendish was working on was the air, was the connection through the fluids, the density of the fluids the electricity was moving through, causing attraction and repulsion. And that was his unpublished work, like over a decade before Coulomb. But listen to their solution here.
I'll push. Let's see. I'm going to push the big lead balls over against those plastic bags.
So now he's going to put the lead balls to, because the mass of the sand is not attracting the other lead. It's not working, period. People, it's not working. They're full of shit, man. Watch, but when he puts the lead, it starts hauling ass.
Make some sort of electrical contact, more or less, to see if that has an effect.
Then he grounds the sandbags with a metal rod, brass, I think, and it doesn't have no effect once he gets it moving. And listen to their solution.
loud.
I'm loud, sorry.
Hang on. Maybe I needed to put it in some other sort of container. Yeah, the only time I've seen that kind of shift in this balance is when I was playing around with the electrostatic aspects of stuff. And this is very reminiscent of what they did. Might try. It's just dumping that sand out into some buckets. Wish I had some metal buckets. The only thing I've got is plastic.
So there you have it, folks. It's got to be metal. Okay, that's what their solution is. And another guy, his brain's trying to come up with a solution to get mass to attract mass. So he says hang the sand bags up and hook them to that brass hook. You know, so yeah, so the brass hook very likely may give it some movement. Okay, and his own brain, their brains are tricking themselves. But here you have it, man. It's all the conductivity of the shit they're using. Just because they can't explain it or doesn't fall in perfect with their explanations, that's plain and obviously what's going on. It's electric. Period. That's what they get. That's what varies all their shit. It's all electric.
Don't see much point in continuing until I get the proper way to contain that sand. But that was rather interesting, huh? Things don't always do what you want them to do.
So that's his conclusion to this experiment, showing it doing nothing what he would predict. His conclusion is nothing does what you want it to. Nothing always does what you want it to. That's his conclusion. Are you kidding me? It's like some kind of nightmare joke. Like he's showing right here, electrostatics is the full variable. That's what changes everything about this. Okay, when he first puts the sand down, the lead's not even attracted to the sand. It's pushing away from it. It's like he'll have a million excuses, which are all bullshit. It's not. This whole setup is showing electromagnetics in effect working.
Yeah, nice demo. Yeah, Henry Cavendish. Can you talk about how we deduce the inverse square law in electrostatics?
Well, he didn't.
In 1772?
He started on it in 1771, which I'll show the papers pretty much showing what he was working on. Okay, it wasn't all published, so Blue can't consider it. Okay, he can only consider what was mainstream published. Okay, he can't consider what Cavendish was working on behind the scenes. Okay, way before Coulomb. Okay, and way before Cavendish. Okay, he was working on. I'll show you.
No, that wasn't Cavendish. That was Coulomb.
Okay, so he did it 14 years before Coulomb.
No. Coulomb did it first. This is.
And it goes on to say. From certain phenomena, Cavendish deduced but did not publish the exact law of electric attraction and repulsion between particles, and from that law he derived a rich store of new quantitative electrical phenomenon. His greatest predictive achievement lay buried in the manuscript. It was the calculation experimental confirmation of the precise quantities of electric fluid that bodies of different geometrical form and size can contain at any electrical tension. His confirmatory experiments, together with an extended theoretical development, constituted the design of an unfinished, unpublished treatise, a work that was intended to stand as the electrical sequel to the gravitational system of the world of the Principia. So right here you see where he was working on the electrical repulsion and attraction. Okay, but he was doing it like attributing it to different fluid densities, like different fluid densities show different attraction and repulsion, like they called hydrogen before they even really had a name for it, like inflammable air. I could go on and on about this, but he was absolutely working on electrical repulsion and attraction, and he was a big, he was all for the inverse square law and putting a mathematical framework around it. So it's true.